Minasan, konnichiwa. Hey, hold on. You didn't get that right. It was just hello everyone in Japanese. Now, listening to that two words, you might have guessed what we are going to do today. So yeah, we are going to implement the concept of localization in Flutter using Blok, and this is what we'll be creating. It is a simple app that has the information about a random person. As you can see here, once I'll tap into the drop down button, then the text here is being changed. So this is what we'll be creating, as the person in the picture seems too cool. So as the topic is, so without any delay, let's get started. So at first we'll be creating the UI of our app, and then we'll move towards the logical implementation of localization. For that, let me delete all this code from here. Now I'll create a new file called homepage inside lib folder. Inside this file, I'll create a stateful widget called homepage. Now this stateful widget will return a scaffold. Let me add the background color to the scaffold. Now, as you can see here in the screen, all the components are laid out in a column structure. So, the body of our stateful widget will return a column widget which will have a image widget, some text widget, and a flat button. So, let's add it all here. So, in order to display the image, we will use a widget called circle avatar. And this widget has a property called background image. This property will further take asset image widget, inside which we'll pass the path of an image. Now, in order to display an image, I have created a directory called assets inside our project, inside which I have created another directory called images, where I have kept all the images that we'll be using in our project. And after that, inside the popspec.ml file, you have to pass the path of an image in this order. So I have added it all here. So this property will contain asset image widget, inside which I'll pass the path of an image. Since we want to align the image to the center, so I'll wrap this widget with a center widget. Now if I'll run this code here, then you can see the output as this. So the image here is being hidden by this line. So to remove that, I will wrap the column widget with a safe area. So let me add it here. Now if I'll do the hot reload, then you can see the output as this. Now in order to add some space at the top, I will add a size box. After this, in order to display the name of a person and some details about him, we will add some text widget. So let me add all of them here. Now after the hot reload, you can see the output as this. So we have the name of a person and the profession of him. Now in order to add these two details, we will create two row widget. So the first row widget will contain a image widget and a text widget. So let me add it here. Let's provide some height to the image. So after hot reload, you can see here this is getting aligned to the start. Now in order to align it to the center, we have a property inside row widget called main axis alignment, and this will take the value main axis alignment dot center, which will simply center this line to the center. Now after hot reload, you can see the output as this. So this is aligned to the center. Now our next row widget will contain an icon and a text widget. So let me add it here. Now the only thing that is left here in the screen is a flat button which will navigate us towards the next screen. For that, I'll create a flat button. I'll keep unpressed null for now. Since we want this flat button to be circular, so I'll add a property called shape. And this property will further take circle border widget. Inside this widget, we have a property called side, which will further take border side as its value. Now let me add the width and a color property inside this. After this, I'll add a text widget. And the color of the text will also be white. Okay, now let's see how this looks. So yeah, we have created the flat button with a text at the bottom. Now let's add some size box to make it look a bit better. So yeah, we have created the first screen of our app, but nothing happens when I press into this button. So let's add some code on unpressed of the flat button to navigate it to the second screen. So the context will be same, but inside the route, we will pass the widget called material page route. And this widget has the property called builder. Now here I will pass the widget called next page. So you can see the next page being marked with a red line. It is because I haven't created a widget called next page. So in order to remove this, I will create a new file called next page. Inside this, I will create a stateful widget called next page. So this widget will also return a scaffold. Now let's import the same widget here. Now if I'll do the hot reload, then you can see the output as this. So once I'll tap into this flat button, then we will be navigated to our next screen. So this is all for today. In the next video, we will be creating the next screen of our app. Till then, keep watching.